Now at 6, Kansas Board of Regents announces the name of the 11th president of Pittsburgh State University. Plus, flooding conditions shut down a state highway in Miami. And second graders in Carthage earned their water wings in a water safety class.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
It's a big day for Pittsburgh State University. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Tanya Bach. The Kansas Board of Regents announces the 11th president to head the school. The board voted Thomas W. Newsom to the role this afternoon. Newsom is currently the president of Southeastern Oklahoma State University in Durant. There, he grew the university's enrollment to a record high in fall of 2022. Newsom holds a PhD in higher education administration from the University of North Texas. Next, a contract must be agreed upon. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us with a first look at weather.
Well, and it turned out to be a nice Friday for us today. Kind of hot, our hottest day that we have seen in 2025 so far. 91, a smidge above our average high of 87 degrees, but we're going to stay near 90 as we go through the next few days. Let me take you through time. So by Saturday morning, we're sitting mainly into the mid to upper 70s. Plenty of sunshine throughout the day. Once we get into the afternoon, very similar to today. High temps 90 to about 91. The humidity is still going to be up there, so that means our heat index is going to be closer to that triple-digit mark, just like what we have outside for us right now. Sunday, much of the same. Sunny skies, temperatures right around 90 to 91 degrees once we get into Sunday afternoon. Pretty much clear skies, so it looks pretty good as we go through the rest of the evening hours. We'll look down the road for you here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. Authorities deploy more resources as the search for a body continues for a third day following a train and pedestrian crash. While authorities have confirmed one teen is dead, they are still searching for the body of the second child after the accident Wednesday afternoon in Neosho County, Kansas. It happened at the Trestle Railroad Bridge over the Neosho River south of Erie, Kansas. According to the Kansas Highway Patrol, 16-year-old Arthur Polrees of Walnut, Kansas, and 12-year-old Colin Showalter of Erie were running on the bridge when they were hit by a Union Pacific train. Authorities have recovered Arthur's body, but they are still searching for Colin. Multiple state and regional agencies are assisting with the ground, water, and air search. And authorities have deployed drones in the search area. And the Kansas Highway Patrol also brought in its helicopter to assist. Recent reports say the Neosho River, while still high, was in fact dropped since yesterday by as much as 10 feet. The concern now is more water will be released due to high levels on the John Redmond Lake, adding another complication to an already difficult search. Well, flooding forces a state highway to shut down near Miami. Drivers are urged to stay alert and avoid dangerous waters. A warning for drivers traveling through northeast Oklahoma. State Highway 125 near State Highway 10 in Miami is closed in both directions due to flooding. Miami's Riverview Park is also underwater, an area that frequently experiences flooding because of ongoing issues with the Grand River Dam Authority. Motorists are reminded not to drive around barricades or enter high water. You can find the latest road conditions by clicking on the weather tab on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. The Fair Acres Family YMCA in Carthage hosts a class on water safety for local second graders. The class focuses on floating, swimming techniques, and water exposure. Kids went through 4 different stations, picking up new skills at each one.
I think people should do some swim lessons more often.
I agree with you.
But in winter it would probably be too cold.
Burton said incorporating fun into learning is a positive help for overcoming a fear of swimming. The Carthage YMCA will continue teaching classes throughout the summer season. Warmer weather means more time outside and more cases of poison ivy. It may be common, but it's also very easy to identify. Poison ivy is a shiny cluster of 3 leaves with an extended stem. The most common place for poison ivy is in overgrown areas outdoors, but it can be anywhere, even in a backyard. If you run into it, the treatment is fairly simple.
That oil that the plant produces it can hang around for up to a year in some cases. So if you're using tools or you have like it on your shoes or clothes, to make sure you wash all that stuff.
Even if you're not sure if a plant is poison ivy, it's best just to avoid it. Well, you might be tempted to take man's best friend out to enjoy 4th of July festivities, but think again. Dogs hear sound 4 times further away, which can make fireworks scary. Veterinarians encourage you to keep pets at home in the quietest room.
If they get anxiety, then you would want to check with your veterinarian and see if you could get some proper medication to calm them down. And then I would try to keep them in the house, maybe in a room that has no windows.
If you insist on taking your pets to patriotic events, make sure they're on a leash and have ID on them at all times. Also, make sure they do not try to play with anything that could harm or burn them. We'll have more tips on fireworks safety tonight on KOAM News at 10. This morning, community members gathered for the Miami Regional Chamber's latest Business at Breakfast event. Took place at Montana Mike's Steakhouse in Miami. Today's focus, shaping the future of the Ottawa County justice system. District Attorney Douglas Pewitt and Ottawa County Sheriff David Dean shared updates from their offices, discussed future initiatives, and addressed community concerns.
It's important, that way people know what's going on. I'm willing to do, anytime somebody wants me to come talk to them, I'll come talk to them. It's no problem. Everybody needs to know what's going on at the sheriff's office.
The event also included a full breakfast and networking for local business owners and leaders. Wait, no party like a 620 party. Coming up, we're going to take you live to Broadway in Pittsburgh for the annual celebration. But up first, blazing a new trail.
Students at McDonald County High School get a lesson on how to be good bikers. I'm Lonnie Walton in McDonald County. I'll have that story coming up.
Students at McDonald County High School are blazing trails this summer with an unusual PE credit. Mountain biking. As KOAM's Lonnie Walton reports, it's one of the only summer classes of its kind in Southwest Missouri.
I talked to several students and a teacher, and they say biking is not only fun, but a way of life.
It's fun, and you can like get around, and you don't have to have like parents drive you everywhere.
Sophia Perez is a junior at McDonald County High School. She says she enjoyed this mountain biking class this summer, not just because she loves riding, but because she wants to improve her skills.
It shows us how to like ride in different areas too, instead of just like being in a group riding along the side of the road. We go on trails and stuff.
And trails are a big thing according to bike instructor Marion Palmer.
We've done Snowbird Trail, Tweety Bird. Yesterday we were at Kohler Grove and went through several different trails and rode through a creek, which was the best part.
But before these kids get to these trails, Palmer says they need a lot of extra training that will last a lifetime.
Braking, body separation, how to take turns, go uphill, shift.
And these students are enjoying it. I asked them what their favorite part was.
Sliding on the cardboard, it helps you brake a lot better and know how to like stop. Going on trails.
And there are some not so fun moments.
Uphill. Uphill is the worst. Especially when it's like wet.
And hopefully this is a tradition that they'll carry throughout their lives. Reporting in McDonald County, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
The students also use the class to prepare for the school's mountain biking team, which is offered during the school year. A little later, kids in Joplin learn the ins and outs of creating with paper mache at the Spiva Art Center. That's coming up.
And it's going to stay fairly hot as we head into the weekend. We're going to check that out coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a hot Friday for us today. Sunny skies across the region. Just a few puffy little cumulus clouds out there, which you can see on our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. A little breezy. You can see the camera shaking just a bit. It's going to stay kind of windy as we go through the weekend, but looks pretty good out there if you're getting out this evening. Just hot. Temperatures upper 80s to lower 90s. A little bit hotter once you get into our western counties. Plus, we have a little bit of humidity. So with the humidity, dew points mid 70s. So this is measuring how much moisture is in the atmosphere in a degree fashion at the surface. And when you get up near 75, you kind of hit that soupy range, and anything above that is very humid. And that's what we are going to see. We're going to probably drop into that muggy range as we go into Saturday. But heat indices upper 90s to near 100. This is the way it feels outside for us right now, and we're going to continue to see that through the rest of the evening. Temps slide back through the 80s, eventually into the upper 70s later on tonight, but not a whole bunch going on. Pretty much clear skies, a couple little guys down through Arkansas, some storms out to our west, but we are going to stay dry. We have this dome of high pressure on top of us. When you see a dome of high pressure, especially into the summer months, keeps you mainly high, keeps you mainly dry across the region, or hot and dry across the region. High pressure slowly slips to the east as we go through the next couple days, but still kind of controlling our weather over the weekend. However, as it inches farther east, we start to get a little return flow from the Gulf right across the Central Plains. And what that means for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all of next week is very similar weather, but we are going to have those hit and miss pop-up storms that try to get going once you get into the afternoon. Very typical summer-like pattern. All right, let me take you through time. We're going to start Saturday morning, mid to upper 70s. Sunny skies, a little windy. We should go into the mid to upper 80s once we get to about the noon hour. I think most of us 90, 91 degrees, very similar to what we saw today. Heading into Saturday night, clear skies. Stick around. We drop back 75 to about 77. As we go through Sunday, southerly winds right back up 90, 91 degrees once we get into Sunday afternoon. But it is going to be breezy. We'll have winds gusting 25 upwards of 30 at times on Saturday. On Sunday, we'll have winds gusting 25 upwards to 30 miles per hour once again. Breaking it down, a pair of 91s. Warm Saturday night, hot, humid, feels like temperature. Again on Saturday, right about 100 degrees. Very similar to what we are seeing today. Smidge cooler on Sunday, 95 to about 100 degrees across the region. Quick check on Monday, upper 80s to near 90, but isolated afternoon thunderstorms. 91 Saturday, 91 on Sunday, and then upper 80s to near 90 all next week, but again, pop-up afternoon storms across the region.
Okay, yeah, it's something to keep our eye on throughout the next week, but
yeah,
stay hydrated this weekend for sure.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, ain't no party like a 620 party, and we are there live. Anthony Saviello joins us with a look at this annual party in the heart of downtown Pittsburgh. Anthony?
Oh, Tanya, it's a beautiful day out here in Pittsburgh at 620 Day. If you haven't had the chance to get down here, you have until 8:30. Of course, I'm joined by our very own Gus the Gorilla. Gus, you feeling okay? Yeah, we love to see it. It's hot out here, but Gus is out here giving people high fives, right? And join him. You can go to the petting zoo as well, too. If you don't want to pet this gorilla, you can go all the way, see some camels and see some goats and all that. Bye, Gus. Thanks for coming on. Come down here 620 Day until 8:30. You got time. There's plenty of vendors, lots of discount at local stores. That's all the time we have. Back to you, Tanya.
All right, thank you so much, and hope you have a blast, Anthony. Well, still ahead, the Joplin Outlaws are on the road for a matchup with the Timber Hogs. Plus, a Kansas City Royal hits his first career home run. Ben McLeish has those stories and more up next in sports.
Last night, the Oklahoma City Thunder dropped Game 6 of the NBA Finals to the Pacers, setting up a Game 7 on Sunday. But let's go over what went wrong last night and how the Thunder can bounce back in Game 7. The Thunder had the chance to clinch the NBA championship in Game 6, but the Pacers were hot in the second quarter. They outscored OKC by 19 in the second and then by 8 in the third. The turnovers killed the Thunder. They turned the ball over 21 times. 10 more times than the Pacers. And Oklahoma City shot just 27% from 3. But good news for the Thunder. They're coming back home for Game 7. And if they can capitalize on the home court advantage, win the turnover battle, and hit their three-pointers, they'll have a good shot at bringing Oklahoma its first ever championship. The Joplin Outlaws take on the Timberhawks tonight, but for the first time all season, they're not spending the weekend in Joplin. The Outlaws are at Piney Woods, looking to take down the Timberhawks after dropping Game 1 of the series yesterday. And with a win and Sherman Shadowcats' loss, Joplin would hold the top record in the Mid-America League. In the major leagues, the Royals are on a 3-game win streak, and yesterday their top prospect, Jack Caglione, achieved a new career first. In the second inning, Caglione swings at a pitch a foot above the strike zone, and he blasts it into the bullpen for his first career homer. Then in the ninth, he does it again. He gets a hold of the off-speed and sends it to the same location, but this one's into the seats. That's a great sign for Caglione and the Royals, who look for a mid-season push. Tonight, the Royals head to San Diego, where they look to extend their winning streak. A win tonight would put the Royals back at 500. First pitch is at 8:40. The Cardinals are also riding a 3-game winning streak, and they take on the NL Central rival Reds. This game just started. Cincinnati sits just 1 game behind St. Louis in the division race. So this is a big series for the Cardinals. If they don't win this series, they'll be 4th place in the Central. Well, that's all for sports.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Today fires off the official start to the fireworks season in Missouri. We'll have tips on how to keep you and your family safe. Plus, the city of Carthage unveils a new public art sculpture and another scam targeting victims. How you can protect yourself. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Well, summer creativity is in full swing at Spiva Center for the Arts. One Spiva camper wrapped up this week focused on paper mache, where campers created animals and fantastical creatures from scratch. These give kids a chance to explore new art forms they may not get to try in school, while also building community in a fun, creative environment.
We have a variety of camps, and it allows kids to explore mediums that they otherwise wouldn't, maybe in the classroom, at school, or at home. It is also just a great space for them to build community. We've seen sleepovers starting. We have such an organic group of kids coming in and getting to meet each other and just getting to have fun and create.
Spiva's goal is to make sure every child walks away inspired, and they are proud of what they create. Final check of the forecast?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be hot as we go into the weekend. Sunny skies, a little bit breezy. Southerly winds kind of gusting 25 to 30 each day. High temps at 91, but our heat index is going to be closer to 100. Very similar to what we have outside for us right now. And then hit and miss storms for us next week.
And not much of a cool off at night either. All right, well, thank you for watching. We will see you right back here at 10. Have a great evening and an even better weekend.